Hi everyone, Sarah here. We are doing our Halloween and fall class tonight. I'm using stamps by CrackerBox and Suzy stamps. They couldn't make it tonight. Vicky's never done virtual, so she was going to come down and just like see how I do it and pop on camera and say hi, but I'm sure she's in the background and she'll say hi to you there. They are having a coupon code. It is for 10% off their entire site. The code for CrackerBox and Suzy stamps is Sarah, S-A-R-A-H. So Vicky, I'm sure will post the link to their website. And anyways, and then it's 20% off though the stamps that I'm using because those are marked down a little already, and then with the additional sale code, it will be 20% off.
Sherry Watkus isn't hearing us. Anybody else having trouble hearing?
Okay, so anybody hearing, I'm going to turn my phone up just to make sure I'm hearing myself.
Sherry Watkus isn't hearing us.
Okay, so Sherry, I think this is you because I'm hearing myself when I turn my volume up.
Shipping option showed up tonight for over $200.
Yes, it did.
Okay.
The problem last night, Gretchen had a problem last night ordering the add-on because the add-on shipping option did not show up because I had the ceiling set to $200. So she happened to be over $200, so then it just deferred to the regular shipping. So now I did raise that. So if you want to add on an order that's over $200, the add-on shipping option will show up. So, okay. Anyways, so yeah, Sherry Watkus, I hope that you maybe it's your volume or some button on your computer because ours is going.
Everybody else can hear, so.
Yeah. So anyways, we'll get started with class in just a minute. Tonight we are doing the Halloween and fall. And again, we're using stamps by CrackerBox and Suzy stamps. I put the so in there. Anyways, their website is rubberartstamps.com and their coupon code is Sarah. I spell my name with an H, so S-A-R-A-H. And the stamps that we're using in class will be 20% off. It's 10% off site-wide though. So.
Donna Scobie can't see or hear. Must be your computer, Donna.
Donna, maybe tell her to refresh.
Refresh, Donna.
Yeah.
She can't see.
No,
so.
type it in.
Okay.
Yeah, so anyways. Okay, so we are going to go down to the table. Oh, oops, hang on, Mom's got to get there. Okay, now we're going to be down on the table. The one good thing before we start is, guess what my mom found for me? She found me some good foam tape. She went to, I don't know how many different stores, but she found some of the hard foam tape. She found it at a hardware store and just a smaller one. So when I squeeze the good foam tape, see how it's really hard? When I squeeze the bad foam tape, see how that squishes in? So I am in business with some of the good foam tape. It's the foam tape that you can rip. I am so excited. Although I do have some foam tape pre-cut from my other stuff, so I'm going to use that up. But I am going to be sparingly with my good foam tape.
Sherry refreshed her phone, so she's back in business.
And Donna Scooby's good now too. So anyways, these are the 3 cards we're making. This is a lever card. And then we have our slider card. Oops, and I pulled that one up too high. Don't pull them up too high.
Thanks, Judy.
So, pull it up.
She says, great job, Sue.
I use an action wobble on my ghost there. And then we have a step card. So this is our horizontal step card. Now on our for our flash sales, you get a...
what brand is the foam tape, Sarah?
It's 3M.
But they have to be careful because...
yeah, the packaging looks exactly the same for the good and the bad. Hang on, I was going to show you, but I can't find it at the moment.
Oh, I took it away.
So anyways, the packaging was the same. So really the only way to tell is to push down on it, and it's very hard and doesn't compress. So yeah, that's the only way to tell. But yeah, it was at a small family-owned hardware store that she found it.
At an Ace Hardware store.
At an Ace Hardware store. So yeah, this is the packaging.
And it ran from $13 to $14 a roll.
Yeah. So, but the packaging looked exactly the same for the bad stuff too. So just be careful. Anyways, I'm going to give that back to you.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
So we're going to get started. I'm going to open my kit and get started with you. So let's start. Let's get the easy one out of the way first. Should we? Yeah. Let's do that. So get your falling leaves step card. And you want to pull that out of the package. So the step card, I do have some folding instructions. Let's go ahead and get the folding out of the way. So set all your stuff aside. Now when I fold, I turn mine upside down. So I like to have the back of my card to my belly. Okay, so I like to turn it around. And you can see, well, I'm just going to turn it the right way for now. But when I fold it, I'm actually going to turn it around. You can see that there's slits down the middle. And none of our scores go all the way across. So none of those go all the way across. So the biggest mistake that people make is there's scores up here, and they tend to take their hand and just fold like that, and they fold all the way across. But your scores are only on the outside or the inside, and nothing goes all the way across. So let's get to folding. I like to hold with my pointer fingers. Now the bump side is down. Okay, bump side down. I like to hold my pointer fingers behind the scores just in this area. So I take my pointer fingers and I hold them behind the scores, or actually my naughty finger, sorry. Somebody else called it something else and I can't remember, but my naughty finger behind, and then I take my pointer finger and my thumb and I just fold those as mountain folds. So that's
Somebody's
a mountain.
doing angry. What are they doing angry about?
So they might have just hit the wrong one.
Yeah.
So then I'd walk my fingers to the inside, and there's just one score, and that one I fold like a mountain too. So I have 3 of them, mountain, mountain, mountain. Then I walk my fingers down one side, and the first score is a valley, and the second score is a mountain. So we have our mountain, valley, mountain. Then I walk my fingers down the other side, and again, it's a valley first, and then a mountain. And then you can just give it a squish. So it's that easy to fold the stair step cards. Now, we do have a die for this one. And the die does the slits and the scores. I did forget to bring the die in here, but I'm just going to pull out one of my other little things. Hang on a second. Oh, well, the directions for this one tell you to, I'm just going to explain this. The directions for this one tell you to measure, and you're just going to line up the die. And it tells you to line up the die at 15th, 16ths from the bottom. So I always cut a template. You guys know that, where I cut my templates and then I just lay the die down and then you just run it through the machine. And I do have a 15th, 16th. So you're just going to take a piece of cardstock that's 5.5 by 8.5, lay your template down, and you're not doing this at home, but if you're going to make one, and then you just plunk your die down so it's even with your template and you run it through. It's that easy to make your own step card. But let's go on for now. So we have our folded card. Now we have our pieces. So I'm going to pull out my blending brushes, and I have 2 colors of ink pads. And you can blend first or you can color first. You guys may have already colored yours. I'm just going to blend first and then I'm going to color. So I did blend around my leaf one and then around my words. And I did start off with my yellow ochre. And I did clean all of my blending brushes before. So this one says green, but it's really, really clean. Well, kind of clean. So anyways, I'm going to pick up my color, test it first So yeah, I cleaned my brushes like 3 days ago and gave them plenty of time to dry. So I'm just going to brush blend around the outside. And you can blend as much as you want. Now, if you don't want to color your leaves, you don't have to. You could just brush blend if you wanted to. This one I'm pretty sure I have cut to size, so it should be all ready to go. And then I'm just going to do a little of the rust on there also. Just around my edges.
Does the discount code last all week, Sarah?
The discount code lasts all week till Saturday. It will expire Saturday night. You can place multiple orders. We're not going to ship orders we're not going to start shipping orders till Monday. And you guys saw how small of a crew we have, so you can see why it takes us a couple weeks to get orders out. If you need your order by a certain day because you are crafting with friends or going to a retreat or whatever you're doing, be sure to let us know. Or if you're like, yep, I'm just going to place one order and then I'm good, and you want it shipped right away, just email me and say, can you please ship my order right away, and we'll do that for you. Otherwise, Sunday, I will be sitting home entering orders. So now we're going to color our leaves, and I just pulled out some autumn colors. Some oranges, some golds, some greens. I did on the swirlies on there, I think I used a tan. I've got to grab a tan.
Happy fall, everyone. Today is the first day of fall.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Not the calendar fall, but the meteorological fall.
Nope, that one's a little dark.
How long for the other companies? How long does the discount last for the other companies?
Oh, that is a good question. Let's see. I wonder if Vicky's on here that she can tell us how long her coupon code lasts. I will get an answer for you. But yes, Vicky, if you're on here, please let us know how long your coupon code lasts. You might have told me, but I might have forgot.
I wonder why.
So anyways, yep, you're going to color your leaves. And I guess I could have done this ahead of time, and oh, that one's dead. But we'll just talk about the sale until then.
How about for rubbernecker? How long does theirs last?
I don't know. We'll ask them.
Okay.
And I don't know what rubbernecker's code is. So if you were a homework person and already colored your leaves, you can go ahead and start assembling your card. I did just attach the layers together, but I did foam mount my words onto my copper mirror card. But before you attach everything, make sure you...
oh, there it is. CrackerBox stamp sale is good until Saturday midnight Central Standard Time.
There you go. Thank you, Vicki.
No, that was Nadine.
Oh, thank you, Nadine. So yeah, theirs goes the same length as ours until Saturday. I'm not sure how long Impression Obsession or Rubbernecker goes, but we'll find that out for you. There are a lot of little bugger leaves, aren't there? I did do some of my other homework, so you won't have to watch me coloring everything.
I'm going to go ask Dave.
Or Patty.
Or Patty.
So, yeah, you're just going to keep coloring. Anyways, you can place multiple orders through the sale. Just make sure to pick the add-on for shipping. And actually this year, most people have remembered the sale code. So not saying that it always happens where people forget, but you know, that happens. And if that does happen, just give me an email, and we can usually fix it somehow.
They aren't out there. I don't know where they are.
Patty's in there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So hope you're all having fun. If you're not coloring, let us know. Somebody today asked if I would start a fan page so you all could post your samples. So how do you all feel about that? I don't know when I'm going to get that together, but we'll work on it. Oh, hi, Vicky's here now. No code needed if they get any of the stamps that we are using. Use the code, well, you guys can read it. The code is for the code Sarah for 10% off everything else, but no code needed for the stamps that we're using. Nice.
Rubberneck for 25. I can't hear when you whisper. I still can't hear. When you whisper,
Alrighty.
I can't hear.
So we're just about done coloring. Okay, so now I'm ready for assembly. I had out about 6 markers and then I got lots of them out. So when we're attaching our layers, these two are for this section of the card. And this longer one, now this is our bronze metallic, is for the front section. And it does cover up that whole panel. You can raise it up a little bit if you want an equal border. And I do have it raised above there. So I'm going to go ahead and attach those first.
Sarah, rubberneckers are only the things that you're selling here.
So we'll talk about it later. So yeah, we'll give you Rubberneckers code tomorrow night, on their night. So, because tomorrow night we're doing a comment sold thing.
Oops.
So just attach your layers. Okay, and then I have my ribbon that I'm just attaching. Now you could have attached your ribbon around there, but I did just attach it to the back, so totally up to you. If you're a really good bow tire, this is a little bit short for a bow, but you can either cut your ribbon off or you can wrap it around to the back of the card. So I like to put tape on my wider ribbon. Okay. So, and I'm just attaching that.
Linda Carnes said, what?
Tape. Linda, are you saying what to tape on the back of my ribbon? If I'm using a wide ribbon, I do like to put some tape on the back of my ribbon because that kind of holds it in place if I'm not tying it into a bow. But I don't always do that. I just don't like it when my ribbon starts to get loose after a little while. But I guess if you're sending a card to somebody, then you don't really see if it's getting loose after a little while because you don't see the card once it leaves your possession.
The card said, oops, sorry.
Anyways, then we have some copper mirror card. I decided I liked this color this year. So I haven't used it a whole lot. Now the one piece of copper you do need to trim, and I did mount that with foam tape. So I'm pulling out my crappy foam tape because I did do a little bit of homework and I cut some pieces ahead of time. But now I have my really good foam tape. I'm kind of excited about that. So go to all your local hardware stores. Nadine's giving us the link for the stamps, which is great.
Yep. She's given us a couple of links for the blowing leaves and for the warm cider.
I had a hard time choosing the word stamp for this one. So there are some really nice autumn word stamps. Sometimes I pick, you guys asked me how I design. Sometimes I pick by what's going to fit on my card. And sometimes I pick because I like them, and then I design my card around there. So it just depends what came first. The card type, yeah, the card type or the stamp. If I chose the stamp first, then I have to pick the card type that the stamp fits on. Oh, no, I did that right. Actually, maybe I didn't do that right. I think, oh no, I'll cover that up. If I choose the card type first, then I always have to pick the stamp that goes on it. So now this will overlap your ribbon here, and you could have put this piece on first. I was not thinking. It doesn't matter though. Sometimes when you make a mistake, you can always correct it because we're not seeing this bottom part. So you can always, we're going to cover that up anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Okay.
Did you talk about a fan page while I was gone?
Oh, I did talk about a fan page. Because Mary Beth said you should start a fan page so all of you people can post different samples that you make with different products of ours, and then other people can get other ideas.
That's a great idea.
I have to figure that out. So this piece I'm just attaching, and then I did pop this up with foam tape. Now when you're popping this up with foam tape, don't have foam tape all the way out to these corners right here, because you will tape your card shut. So you want to stay away from your top two corners right there. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get a fan page started so you can all post samples of the beautiful cards you make.
That's a super idea. I like that.
You can inspire me. Okay, so now for placement of this, sometimes I'll fold my card just so I can kind of see where I'm placing it. All right, so we have our autumn card done. Pretty quick and easy, but pretty autumn card. So now I could have used a mirror card here, but I kind of liked the texture of the ribbon, so I did use the ribbon there. So we'll set that one aside. Trying to be a good girl and picking up stuff semi as I go. And I didn't say fully, I said semi. So let me
Just like the chef.
So let me put some of my markers away. Oops, they don't all fit. Okay, now how about if we go on to our slider card. So we're going to open up our skeleton, and I did do the homework for this one, and I did fussy cut my skeleton. Now I think I am going to switch to a green mat just so you can see better.
Thank you, Sharon. Sharon Gibbs said that is gorgeous. Love
Thank
that
you.
ribbon. Nice texture and color. Stephanie.
Awesome. Okay, so we have a number of different pieces. Let's just make sure we have everything. And let me pull my sample. I put my samples off to the side, and once you know that my area is not too big and I can't find them. Hang on a second. All right, Sarah, what did you do?
What happens when you clean up, Sarah?
Yeah, I cleaned up and now I can't find anything. Hang on, now I found them. Okay, so we're on to that card. A white steno card that you can just set off to the side. Our little action wobble thing, which I just got those off of Amazon, that we're going to set to the side so I don't lose it. My skeleton dancing, I pre-fussy cut him out. I'm going to set him off to the side. We do need to fussy cut out the wishbone, but not the whole thing. the wishbone, we're just going to do that first. He's used right here to pull up, but it doesn't really matter because you don't have to cut out the whole inside of it. And if you have any Scotch tape, that's handy on the back of here. So let's just do that, get it out of the way right now. Now I can't find my scissors. Jeez. Okay. Oh, there it is. My mom took it over by her. No, just kidding. I probably set it down.
Bad mom.
Even if she did take it over by her, she's forgiven because she found my foam tape.
Thank you, Sarah.
But
we're even Steven now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I probably set it over there and then walked over here. So
who's keeping score anyway?
Yeah. When you cut out the wishbone, don't cut out the inside of it because you're not going to see it anyway. So just kind of cut out around the top, and then the bottom does not really matter. So you can cut out your wishbone just like that. Okay. So then we have, well, this one, but I pre-cut him out of a different kit. We have our silver, Mirror Sparkle. We have our black, which is going to layer. So this is going to go on the card. We're going to set it off to the side. And we have our slider die cut. So we can get rid of these pieces that are right here because we don't need those for a little bit yet. So all that I want in front of you right now are the 2 word layers and the slider die cut. Now we do have a die that cuts out this section right here. So it cuts on the 3 sides and then it does the 3 scores. Okay, so I'm just going to pull out my little sample. So this is what the slider die cut looks like. You should have it in front of you, but in case you're just watching, there's a score right here. There's a slit, and then there's 3 scores. Now this one you can see that I have a little notch right there, because sometimes I'll put a notch there, and then instead of using, like this one I used the little wishbone up there, I will use a circle. And I'll have a circle right there that you pull up and down on. And the notch is just so the circle doesn't get caught while you're pushing it up and down. So the one thing that we're going to do is we're going to use that wishbone. And when I very first attached the wishbone, so the wishbone attaches to the back of this piece. When I very first did it, it would get caught sliding up and down. So I'm going to attach my wishbone, and then I'm just going to take Scotch tape and put it over the back. So the Scotch tape kind of covers up that lip and makes it slide much easier. So the Scotch tape just covers that up. So I'm going to attach my wishbone to the back of here. And we did put a little bit bigger envelope in there because sometimes you can't go too high above the top of the card, otherwise it won't fit in your envelope. But we did give you an A6 envelope, so you can raise that up a little bit higher if you want. So at whatever angle that you want it coming out of the top, you're just going to attach that to the back of this. I hope you enjoy your birthday as much as I enjoy your friendship. So I am going to put tape right on the front of it and attach it, but then I'm going to cover it up with Scotch tape. So I'm attaching this, I've got tape right here, attaching it right to the back. And that's going to be my little slider thing that I pull up and down on. But now, sometimes it gets caught right here, so I'm just going to use Scotch tape to cover that up. And that just makes it so when it's sliding up and down, it doesn't get caught on that lip. So if you don't have any with you tonight, go ahead and you can put it on later. But it's just so it doesn't get caught going up and down. All the Scotch tape is doing is helping it slide in and out easier. It's just making a smooth surface for it to slide over. So we have this piece. This is our piece that pulls up and down. Now, when we pulled it up and down, we see a white piece in there. So, and again, my white piece on my sample is shorter and I keep pulling it up too high. If our slider, when we first have it, we're initially just going to see the color that it is. So this is a coral color. When it slides up and down, I see coral. So sometimes you want to attach another piece of cardstock in there, so you have a little contrast, your words show up better. So let's go on to ours. And first we are going to attach it. So we're going to turn it over. Bump side is up. So bump side is up. And we're going to attach it flush with the bottom of the score. So our scored parts are facing our belly now. And we're going to attach You've Survived Another Year flush to the bottom of the score, because I placed it where you're going to see it. So I left a little bit more space down here for these words right here. So we're going to use our tape and just attach this on the inside. Now, if you want to see gray on the inside, that's fine. You're just going to stamp something right there. But I like to use kind of a contrasting different color on the inside. So right now you have your little slider mechanism here. The bumps are up, and we just attached the You Survived Another Year. Now make sure they are kind of tight words in there. So make sure that they're between the opening. So kind of centered on there. I'm off a little bit to one side, which is fine. It still works. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this slider die cut. So I'm going to show you with my coral one. If you kind of just hold it with your, so now the bumps are down. You're not looking at your You Survived Another Year is facing down. You're going to fold on these scores. And this top one is going to be a valley fold. Then we're going to fold down, and that next one is a mountain fold, and the bottom one is a valley fold. To me, this looks like a little pup tent. So that's our little pup tent that we made. So and this slides up and down. Okay. So I'm going to do that with mine. So again, I'm going to kind of hold it at this top edge, fold the first one as a valley, the next one as a mountain, the next one as a valley. And that makes a little pup tent that slides up and down. Okay. Now we need to attach you need something that's, pulls up and down. So we're going to take this piece of cardstock with our words and attach it. We're going to put tape, let me turn over my little sample, tape just on this bottom tab. This is a tape tab. So use a narrower tape, because you don't want to get tape extending outside of that. Otherwise, you might tape your card shut. So we're just going to put tape on our tape tab. Again, use a narrower tape. So tape is on our tape tab. This little guy, I usually will line him up at this top edge, and then he'll attach down at the bottom. Or you can attach him down at the bottom, and he should then line up flush with the top edge. Either way should work. The very most important part of this is making sure that this is centered left to right. So you don't want it over to one side, because you're going to end up putting tape right here. And if this piece is too close, it won't slide up and down easily. So it is like a narrow gap in there, so you do want a narrow tape. If you have an 1/8 inch tape, you want to have that out right now. Again, I'm going to line up so my words are on the front. Turn that over. I've got my wishbone at the top. Line it up at the top edge. Make sure it's centered left to right. Line it up right at the top edge. And then you should push it down. And if you turn it over, you'll see that that's attached. Now, every once in a while, I end up with my white hanging out right there. If you do, and if it bothers you, you can just take a scissors and snip that even. It doesn't bother me because I'm seeing white on the inside anyways, so you can't really see it. So now when I pull up on my wishbone, I see the inside of my card. Okay. So turn it back over. Now you're going to put tape, and you're going to put tape down the sides. So I've got it marked right here. This is where you want your tape. You don't want your tape too far in that it's going to interfere, because this, remember, is your moving mechanism. So you want your tape down the sides. Use a narrow tape if you have it. Are there any comments, Mom?
No, everybody's working. Hard.
So you want it right down the sides. You want it as close to that side as possible. I would rather have you overlap the side than be too far in. If it overlaps the side, you can always fold your tape in. But if you have it too far in, it's going to interfere with that sliding mechanism.
Yeah.
So you can always roll your tape in, but if you get it too close, then it'll interfere. So make sure it's as close to the outside as possible. Now you're going to just fold this in half. And this side right here is going to attach to right here. So I'm just going to take, after my tape is right here, just going to fold that up. So fold that bugger up. Somebody didn't prove the sentiment. I hope.
Oh, you're seeing things? I'm not seeing those yet.
Oh, yeah, you're right, Patricia.
I'm going to refresh.
Okay, no, I just saw one.
Oh, okay.
What size narrow tape, Susan Bainbridge? An 1/8 inch tape works best. Okay, so now you should be able to pull it up and down. Okay, now I can pull out my other pieces. But Patricia, you are right. The sentiment has one extra letter in it.
Yeah. Oops.
Oops. Yeah, I thought you were going to say I didn't proofread my instructions, because I do, but sometimes it's really late and I miss those. So now we can attach, so this piece, our slider, it could be just like this. It could be a card that is just standalone like this. It could be on a scrapbook page, or I like to always mount it on a steno card, because then I can write a sentiment on the inside. One thing with this card, if you're giving a gift card, sometimes I'll take, like you just saw that I didn't put tape down at the bottom. I'll slide a gift card in here, and I don't have a gift card handy.
What's going on here?
But I'll slide a gift card in there, and then very carefully kind of pick this up to get it to go over the top of it. But it works really slick to slide a little gift card in there, and then like a gift card to Amazon or whatever. Slide that in, and sometimes you have to pick this up to get it to go over the gift card, but then they pull it up and their gift card is there plus a sentiment. So, but right now we're going to attach, we have our steno card.
Someone didn't proofread sentiment.
We're going to attach that black layer to the white steno card. Then we're going to attach our, oh shoot, I forgot to do a part, so hang on, don't attach stuff yet. I forgot to splatter. So, and if you want to splatter, you can splatter, otherwise you don't have to. But yeah, I totally missed the splattering step, but it's okay. We can splatter right on there. So, if you don't want to, you don't have to. As you can tell, I like to splatter a lot lately, because it's something that you all can do during class. I'm using a silver mixative. I'm just going to squirt a little drop in there. I have a brush that I used last night. So it's, maybe this isn't one I used last night. This one's a little crunchy, a little crunchier than last night. So I just want the tips of that in there. And I'm just going to take my block and just splatter the front of my card. So all good, even though I forgot to do that to begin with. Oh, and I do need my block out because we're going to splatter the witch card too. So just kind of let him dry for a minute. And maybe turn over your work surface if you got splattering on it now. Let's see what the other side of my work surface. Oh yeah, I use this for alcohol inks. So I'll turn it back over in a minute. But we're going to attach the black layer to the white layer. And then the slider insert to the front. Of course, you guys know that I like to layer everything. So we do have, and actually I didn't get this online, so maybe I shouldn't tell you yet. So you know how I always layer, I like to use like a 4 by 5 1/4 inch layer. It's a large layering swatch. I'll get those online tomorrow. We have those now in different varieties, like a festive variety, a basic variety. I think we have black, hot fudge, wild cherry. But yeah, that's been on my list to get those online, but because I like to use the bigger layers a lot. So I'm just making sure this is dry. Now I'm going to put tape on the back of it. Every once in a while we had the large layers at shows. But now that we haven't been going to shows, they're accumulating on our shelf. So I'm just going to attach that to the front of the card.
1/8 inch tape is good, right, Sarah?
Yep, 1/8 inch tape is great.
Yep.
Now, for decorating the front, a couple things to note. When I'm attaching things to right here, I like to have this in the what I call the up position. So if I have it in the down position and I go over this score, then it's going to bend either what I have or it's not going to open. So I always like to have this in the up position while I'm attaching things to right here. When you're attaching things to the front, if they overlap your window right here, do not put tape that's going to attach to inside here. Otherwise you'll tape your card shut. This piece of silver Miri sparkle, we just need to snip off. So I'm an eyeball type gal, so I'm just going to snip that. Maybe I'll straighten it out a little. Make sure it doesn't interfere. No, because it goes kind of right up to my, actually I'm going to trim it just a hair. Sorry. If you don't want to trim it, I would pop this up with foam tape. But there, I don't want it interfering with my mechanism sliding up and down. So actually I am going to mount this with foam tape. So I'm just going to put foam tape on the ends just to raise that up. And if I am going to put it on the bottom, I just want to make sure it's not going to interfere. So I am going to attach a little foam tape there.
Some of that new foam tape.
No, the old foam tape so far, because I cut some old foam tape, so I have to get it. I have to use it. I'm not enjoying using it, but... So, I cut a little bit of it just so I was ready for class. So yeah, if you want to attach this one with foam tape, just make sure you only put it on the sides and the bottom. Then it won't interfere with your sliding mechanism. Okay, so that's going near the bottom. Okay, now we can still slide up and down. Now we are going to attach this black piece, and again it's going to go right here, so we're going to pull this into the up position, put adhesive on the back of it, and then attach that black layer. So in the up position, because then you know that you're not going to overlap the score. Okay, now our words, you do need to trim, so trim, and we're going to attach them to the silver mirror card, and then you're going to trim your silver mirror card. Now your silver mirror card's a little big, so you do have extra, so you might want to save it for another project. Okay, so I'm just going to snip that, snip that. It's not that big to save, but you know, silver mirror card, I have a hard time parting with it. And silver sparkle, you never know. So this piece you are definitely going to pop up. because as this slider goes up and down, you want to make sure it's raised. So we're only going to put tape along this bottom edge. So tape only along the bottom edge. If you tape the rest of it, you'll tape your card shut. And then there might be tears, and we don't want any tears. So tape only along the bottom edge. And then we're going to attach that. Now, we can put that the rest of the way down. Now we're going to attach our skeleton with our action wobble. Now, I have never used these, so I'm not sure which side is supposed to go on which side. I think this bigger side with the opening goes on the black, and I think the other side goes on, like this more solid side goes on the back of our image. He is a little, he's kind of skinny, you know. He's a skeleton. He hasn't eaten very much. And so you might need to trim your action wobble a little, just so he fits on the back of the skeleton. So trim him up. Or depending on how you fussy cut it, it might fit. Now we're going to take the back of the action wobble off. And like I said, if anybody's an action wobble expert, I don't know which side I'm supposed to do on which side, so I'm just guessing. But I'm putting the clear side on the back of my skeleton, kind of at the bottom, because then he's, and actually I think I'm going to trim him a little too, if I can. You don't need to do that, I just decided to do it. And then we're just going to attach him to, now I like to do it in our up position, but this time I'm kind of paying attention to where he's falling with it closed too. Because since we're attaching him fairly high up on here, it doesn't really matter. But I'm just going to attach him. But I did have him in my closed position just so I could see where he fell relative to my words. But yeah, he's really fun. It really makes him dance with the little action wobble. And I don't sell the action wobbles. I just got them off of Amazon just for you guys. So there is our slider card. Are you guys all still out there?
Yeah, nobody's talking to me though.
My mom misses you talking to her. So anyways, so we're done with our slider card. Now we are going to go on to our lever card. And I did color my witch. I didn't fussy cut them out yet. I'll do that in a minute. And let me...
Oh, super cute. Thanks, Teresa.
So, in here, we're going to splatter first so I don't forget that. Oops, I'm pulling out of the wrong kit. I'm pulling out of my sample and sample card kit, which I don't want to do that in case we need to make more.
Does it lay flat for the envelope, Sarah?
This one?
I think.
Yeah, it lays pretty flat.
No,
I mean,
the one that you just did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the slider card.
Yep.
Yep, that lays flat
Go,
because
Pack, go.
he smushes down. Okay, so now we're going to open up our lever card and pull out your card, your green card and your white card and your words. So we're going to start with those pieces first. The rest of the pieces you can leave in there. Now, for your lever card, this is actually the inside. The bump up is the inside. So we're going to turn the bump up and we're going to splatter first, just so I don't forget, because I forgot the last time. Now when I splattered this guy, I just used dye-based inks. So I just used re-inkers. Just some brightly colored re-inkers. And I did splatter a little bit on my words, but not too much. You don't want to splatter too much on your words, because otherwise you can't read them, because I did that the first time. So just a tiny bit on your words. And I did just mostly purple. So I did just splatter the inside, and I left it, and you can put whatever verse you want on the inside. If you want to make that a birthday card, a thank you card, just I'm thinking of you card, whatever you want to do with it. But first we're just going to splatter the inside and a little bit on our words. And I did just use plain re-inkers and plain paint brushes that I cleaned this afternoon, but they're still a little crunchy. So if you've never splattered before, sometimes it's always nice to splatter off to the side. But I am going to start with my yellow and orange. I better shake them first.
Oh, thanks, Gretchen. She said this stamp is adorable, hilarious, from CrackerBox and Suzy.
It is, they have a lot of fun stamps. I probably have too much yellow on there. Yeah, they have a lot of hilarious sayings. So just dip your ends, not too much. I think I put too much on there. And then splatter. And we're going to do this with 3 colors. I'm going to add a little bit more yellow. Oops, I got some big splatters. Okay, now I'm going to move on to my orange. And
So Sarah, are you going to be the camera person tomorrow, or am I going to be the camera person tomorrow for Dave?
Either. I mean, I can be, but it's up to you if you want to come and join the fun.
All right. I might just do some paperwork for a little bit and see that you're doing okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. So now I'm going to do a little green, and I might switch paint brushes just because then I won't mix colors and get brown. So a little bit of green. Oh, my green, I need some more green. You know, I said don't do too much of the other ones, and then I didn't do enough of the green. So here we go, green. So I don't know if you guys remember the guy card class I did. We used some of the CrackerBox stamps. So they have a good assortment of different stamps. And we used them for the guy card class. Now we need purple. So Vicki and I are going to do something coming up where she does come up here for the whole class. So we can do it together. Or maybe we're close enough that we do something in person. So you can splatter as much. Oh, I am getting splattering on my words.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, there we go. Done splattering. So we can put that away. Put my re-inkers away. Well, I never put anything away. I always just put it off to the side. That's my problem. Okay. So we've got our splattering done. So we're going to set our words off to the side, and I'm just going to talk about the lever insert for a minute. So this is die cut. You can see by the one you have in your hand that, well, I've got it here, I've got one here. So it's scored, 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 half window cut, and scored. So we do have this die that does the score, score, and the half square, which you can use it to make a Z-fold card. You can use it to make a top, like our bib card, but just with a square on the top. Or you can use it for the lever card. The thing with the lever card is that this window, half window, kind of lines up with our window card. So I always tell people, because there aren't directions, I didn't put directions in there because if you're off on your measurements here, it's difficult. So I always tell people if you have one, you could use it as a template so you have all of your scoring positions and everything. But we do have the die that does the score, the half shape, and the score. And that's our square Z-fold card making die. So let's fold. Well, first of all, you can get your green piece out. Now, your indent is down and your bump is up and your window is on your left-hand side. Then we're going to take the thing that we just splattered, and it should be dry. We are going to fold it, and you're going to fold it like a W or an M, depending on which way you're looking at it. So if you just start by the window, that's a valley, and then a mountain, and then a valley. So it's a W or an M. So bumps are up, and your window is on the left. And again, you're going to valley fold it, mountain fold it, valley fold it. And you don't have to like fold it all on top of each other yet. You just kind of want to leave it open. But you are going to fold this flap back. So I'm going to do mine. So again, we have our valley fold, our mountain fold, and our valley fold. We're going to fold this section back. So we're just looking at the square. And I'm going to interchange with my demo one. We're going to line that square up. So see how that fits perfectly? We're going to line the square up with the points right there. We're going to put tape right here, which let me grab a highlighter so it's easier to see. You're going to put tape right here, and right here. And you can do a little bit of tape right there. And then when those are lined up perfectly, like they are, you're going to just fold this over flat. So again, line up your points. Put your tape right here where my orange is. Then still make sure that stays lined up while you're, after you get your tape on there, reline it up. Then you're just going to fold that flat. So hang on, let me catch up to you because you guys might be ahead of me. Except I'm going to bring my good one over here. So I'm lining up my lever. I'm putting adhesive. Now sometimes when they get run at different times, like you can tell that your top border is larger than your bottom border. That is perfectly up to you. You can either take a sneak. If it doesn't bother you, fine. If you want, you could take a sneak off the top of the card, or you could take a sneak off the bottom of the lever insert. I don't really care that much, so I'm just going to leave it and not do either. But if you really like things to be exact, right now our borders are not exact. So line up your square in there. Then we have tape because my fingers keep getting stuck to it, and I'm just going to fold that down. Now when I pick it up, I'm going to refold these folds, but to do that I need to pick it up because that lever needs to flop around. See how that lever flopped around? If I leave it down and I fold it, I'm going to put a big kink on my paper right there. So I need to pick it up so my lever can flop around, and then I fold it flat. I'm going to put tape right here. So I'm going to put tape right here. Then I'm going to fold my card shut, and now this piece is going to attach over to the other side. So again, once I had this piece attached, I pick it up, I flop that lever around. See how that flops around? Refold. So now it's flat. I put tape on those two sides and I just fold my card shut. So I can go on to my taping. I'm just going to fold my card shut. And now I have my lever. So that's pretty much the lever mechanism for that card. Now we are going to get out the rest of our pieces. Now you can pull everything else out. Okay, so in here we have a bunch of strips. These strips are the colors that are in that Halloween jumbo end cut pack. Then we have a square. I got 2 of them. So if you have 2 squares, well, lucky you. That attaches right to the very front. So you can go ahead and attach, oh, this one I splattered on too. I forgot that I splattered on this square. So if you want to splatter on the square, you can. And that square ends up being right here. Or you don't really need to. I think I'm just going to skip that part for now. Or if you don't want to fussy cut your witch feet, you know, you can just trim it, because on here I attached my white square, I fussy cutted my witch feet. So if you wanted to attach your witch feet right onto there, you could just cut them into a nice, because your witch feet are on a bigger piece, you could cut it to fit there, and then you don't have to fussy cut them at all. So I'm just attaching my purple square.
Jean Clark says, if I missed it, she's sorry, but do you sell these as lever cards?
We do have this lever card kit, yes. It's called a lever card kit. If in the search bar you just type in lever, it should show up. And you're going to pick your color, because it always comes with a window card, the lever insert, and it actually comes with a white window overlay too, that I didn't use the white window overlay on my card. So you don't have to, you could use it on a different card, or you can buy the lever insert separate and the square card separate.
So you just type in lever, right?
Just type in lever in the search engine, or the search bar, and then the lever kits should
choose
show
a
up.
color, right?
Yep, you have to pick a color. So I didn't trim my witch feet. I'm going to do that in just a minute. This piece is going to sit at the bottom, but I'm going to wait to attach it. So right now we're going to do our paper strips, okay? Which, remember when I did the birthday one and I gave you strips and you had to put tape on all the back of them? So I got a little bit smarter and I'm using sticker paper. So this is a piece, this bigger piece of white is a crack and peel piece of sticker paper. So it's our white matte sticker paper. And if you just bend it, you can see that it cracks, and then you can peel the backing off. So you're going to peel all the backings off. And now it is kind of sticky. It sticks to your hand. It's sticker paper, obviously. And I'm going to lay my strips down in whatever order I want. And you have plenty of them. And they'll hang off, which is fine. Whew. Yep, that is sticky. Sticky stuff.
Could you repeat the CrackerBox sale info before you end? I missed the very beginning.
So the CrackerBox sale, their discount code is Sarah, S-A-R-A-H. It's 10% off site-wide, but the stamps that are used in tonight's class are already discounted 20%. So if you just want to order tonight's class, if I'm understanding correctly, you don't need to put the sale code in for that.
Yes.
And if Vicky's there, maybe she can confirm.
And, yeah, she did already. She said, I'm going to send these people up to the top.
So just keep putting your strips on your sticker paper. And you do have a couple extra ones, so if you don't like the order or you want to change it up, you can. Okay, so this piece does get trimmed to a little bit smaller than there. I'm just going to look at it and trim it. I know in the directions there's probably an exact size. I'm going to pull that out. So if you want to look at the size, trim it to 1 3/4 by 4. So I will actually get my paper trimmer out and I'll trim that. So let's trim it to 1 3/4 first. Let me do mine first to make sure it works. Then you have an extra piece. But yeah, all those colors are in the, those are all in the Halloween pack. Well, I think it's a little bit different green. It's sour apple. So, but it's in the jumbo layering swatch along with black. So for the flash sale, I tried to do some things that kind of coordinated with tonight's class. So yes, 1 3/4 by 4, and then you're just going to attach that onto the white piece. You can use this for something else because it's kind of fun. So we're just attaching that, and then we're attaching that to the front of the card. Now I still have to fussy cut out my witch feet. So you can go ahead and stick the word stamps if you're to that far. This piece just gets trimmed, and I just kind of hand trimmed it, and then it's popped up with foam tape. And I attached gems on either side and then up in the corner too. And I'm going to fussy cut out my witch feet, and then I did mount my witch feet up with foam tape. So that is pretty much tonight's class. Are there any questions about the sale or the flash sales or anything like that? I hope you guys are having fun this week.
Everybody's so quiet. They're
Everybody's
so
quiet.
working.
You guys must be, fussy cutting your witch feet. So they're super cute. I did spray mine with a glitter spray, but you could use the Wink Estella to glitz them up a little bit if you wanted to. Or you don't have to do it at all. I just have some glitter spray in my stamp room, and I just, after I colored them, I just blitzed them up a little bit. It's always fun to add a little. I like the spray glitter because I don't like dealing with the glitter. I had glitter last week when I did my demo, and yeah, I'm still like getting glitter on my face from that.
Susan Bainbridge said yes, it's fun, and Emily said yes, that was fun class. Emily Henry agreed.
Oh, nice. Thank you, ladies.
Hi from Trish in Janesville. Love the witch legs. Going to have to order that one. Thanks.
Hi, Trish. Nice seeing you this weekend. Oh, not you, Trish. I saw a different Trish this weekend.
Oh.
So, Trish, maybe I can see you sometime.
Trish Bass.
Trish Bass, yeah. She's in Arizona sometimes, too. So, I thought it was Trish.
Oh, did I see her at Arizona when we were there 2 years ago?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
We were off riding our bikes and I was falling off my bike.
Okay, so I'm just still fussy cutting. So yeah, you CrackerBox is in Janesville too, I believe. I don't know where. They used to have a store. They don't have their store anymore. Just online. But yeah, Vicki and I talked about doing some type of like make and take event or card making event. By her or by me. So we'll get something together for you.
Hoping you'll do maybe the Mesa show in the spring.
We'll see. I haven't heard anything about it yet. I know they're switching the date of that one.
Beautiful cards. I have to confess, I thought you might have been picky about the 3M tape, but I had a new roll here and opened it to use tonight, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
Totally understand why you're hunting down the old stuff.
Yeah. It is horrible. I'm not just being picky.
I thought she was picky too, Kathleen, until I did it. Oh, man.
So yeah, my witch feet are gonna go right there, and then we are good to go. So let me just get them attached.
Love all these cards. So happy for the virtual classes. The blessing out of COVID is discovering great companies like yours all the way from here in Texas. I've been addicted since last year.
Oh, thank you, Gretchen. We're kind of having fun too. I've never made so many cards in a year.
I'm also glad that the videos can be shared later. Thanks, Emily. And Stephanie says, so cute. I'm not a fast worker, but I'm almost done.
Nice.
Take your time, Stephanie.
Yep, and you can always watch me and do some pieces later if you need to. That's what makes it nice, because you can start and stop me. I had some people come to in-person classes. Not this one, we didn't do in person, but like the Alcohol Inc. or the Cards, and they are probably going to watch the virtual too, because they might have not put everything together. So there we go. The witch feet. Aren't they cute?
Hi, Laura Plummer. She agrees, from Idaho.
Alrighty. So I think the only last thing I have to do is get my gems on there. So let me get those on, and then we will wrap it up, and I will be back tomorrow night. Again at 6 o'clock we'll be on the regular Facebook page with our flash sale items, and then we'll be on this page at about 6:15.
Thanks, Sarah. I really needed this class. I would have folded and taped everything wrong. Deb Eastwood.
Oh.
Glad to have you on board, Deb.
Sometimes it's better to see it done in person and do it with me. Even when I was doing classes at shows, sometimes I explained it, but then we did it as stations, so people still did it wrong. So it's kind of nice this way. I mean, it's nice in person too, but this way everybody can kind of work, and you guys have really made me slow down a little bit and like re-explain things. So anyways, so there we go. The lever card. So let me pull out all the samples. We got the slider card and we got the step card. So there was our Halloween class. Thank you for joining me tonight, and we will see you tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, regular Facebook page, and about 6:15 on this page if you're doing the layered floral class. Thanks for joining me tonight, guys.
Do I just leave things in my cart for the week, or actually check out each night?
You need to check out each night, because some of the flash sale items will not be available. So you need to, unless you're not getting any flash sale items, you could leave stuff in your cart. But if you want flash sale items, I would check out, because they may go away.
It won't empty out?
The flash sale items, you might not be able to check them out after I make them inactive.
Okay.
So go ahead and check out every night if you want the flash sale items.
Okay.
So, all right. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Bye.